painting a picture of what is happening in Gaza right now. There are 2.3 million people trapped in this tiny strip of land. More than half of them are children. These people, mothers, fathers, grandparents, children, starving to death. They are freezing in the cold. No homes, no food, no shelter, no medicine. Entire neighborhoods have been reduced to rubble. Families huddle under makeshift tents in the dead of winter and exposed to elements of weather, trying to survive without clean water, electricity, or even the most basic necessities. Gaza has been transformed into an open-air prison, a graveyard where every single person is fighting to survive another day. For 15 months, these people have endured relentless bombing, equivalent to the combined devastation of World War II and Hiroshima. They are being systematically denied the right to exist, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Amid this horror, hospitals, sanctuaries of healing and hope, have become targets of destruction. Every hospital in Gaza has been bombed or rendered inoperable. This is not a collateral damage. It is a deliberate, systemic attack on humanity itself. Imagine being a doctor in Gaza, standing in the ruins of a hospital, surrounded by patients you cannot save because there is no electricity, no medicine, no equipment. Imagine watching a child die in your arms because the world has chosen silence. Hospitals are not buildings. They are the last refuge of people clinging to life. When the lights go out in a hospital, hope dies with it. This is the reality of the people of Gaza. One hospital, the last functioning hospital in northern Gaza, for months, he worked under siege, treating unimaginable injuries with no resources. He spoke to us regularly, pleading for the world to listen. He described children with severed limbs, mothers weeping for their dying infants, and fathers begging for help. On December 27, Kamal Adwan Hospital was attacked. The facility was set on fire. Healthcare workers and patients were murdered, and survivors were forced to flee on foot. Dr. Abu Safiya, despite his own injuries and the recent loss of his young son, refused to abandon his patients. For his bravery, he was forcibly abducted, tortured, and taken to a detention facility notorious for its cruelty. We remain in contact with his family, who are desperate for answers. His children sent us a message just yesterday, pleading with the world to save their father. How many more pleads must go unanswered? This is not just about Gaza. It's about the global failure of governments, institutions, and leaders to uphold the sanctity of life. It's about the complicity of mainstream media, which has distorted the truth or remained silent. It's about the silence of major medical institutions, organizations like the American Medical Association and the American Pediatric Associations, who prioritize profit over principle and life. These same institutions fail the average American every day. Our healthcare system is broken, driven by greed and neglecting those it is meant to serve. If these institutions cannot be trusted to care for Americans, how can we trust them to stand against genocide abroad? Our politicians, who have failed to address the basic needs of their own constituents, healthcare, housing, education, cannot be trusted to uphold justice overseas. Their complicity in genocide is a betrayal of American values and a stain on our collective conscience. But today, we are not just here to condemn, we are here to act. Hope is not lost. Change is possible. We demand the immediate release of Dr. Hussam Abu Safiya and his 450 abducted colleagues. We demand an immediate end to the targeting of hospitals and healthcare institutions and healthcare workers. These spaces must be protected under all circumstances. We demand a full arms embargo on Israel and end to the billions of dollars being funneled into the destruction of Gaza. We demand the deployment of humanitarian aid and peacekeeping forces to protect the children, the healthcare workers, the civilians, and the hospitals. Finally, we call on the American people to join us. This is not just about Gaza. This is about who we are as a nation and as a people. Together we can hold our leaders accountable. Together we can demand a better, more just world. We refuse to accept a world where children starve, where hospitals are bombed, and where life is treated as disposable. This is not the future we want to build. Together we can create a world rooted in dignity, justice, and shared humanity. Let us honor the lives lost by committing to action. Let us fight for a world where no child, no doctor, no nurse, no patient is ever a target again. Enough is enough. The time for change is now.